So it is March 1st, Friday, and you are listening to Galactic Whispers with your host, ETTemplar. And before we get into it, no goals, no grifts, no bullshit. You see, here at Galactic Whispers and ETTemplar, we're here for the parasocial and the hobby of just making content. We don't need to dab on people. We don't need to mention how much we make. And certainly we don't give a shit because people who do grift are essentially just e-panhandlers. You're no better than a homeless crack addict asking for money on the street. And no one really cares if you have a mortgage on your fucking house, dude. And you know, most other content creators don't have to ride Ethan Ralph's gunt continually for content and to get those easy dubs. Because we're not cowards. We have other topics. We can diversify our content. It's not the same shit over and over. But anyways, that's enough of YouTube crustaceans. Special thank you to our fleet captains, Gertie's D and UsagiKoneko. So thank you guys. And of course, we got mostly some political bullshit. So let's get that out of the way. So if you haven't been following the news, Nikki Haley is losing her ass. She's lost her ass in South Carolina. Of course, when she did this, she was saying, Trump can't win a general election. Well, bitch, you can't win your home state. Of course, Michigan, she's lost handedly there as well. Of course, she's quoted with saying Trump can't win a general election when she's having her ass handed to her, and she has been receiving campaign contributions from Democrats, BlackRock, Raytheon, Boeing. She's a deep state swamp witch. She is the Republican Hillary Clinton. Now, although she hasn't had any friends commit suicide yet, she's getting there because she's also had speaking fees, and she's a wolf or a witch in wearing human skin. So, of course, along with politics, here's the big news. Ukraine has lost its first M1A1 Abrams, I believe, or M1 Abrams. And, of course, this fucking thing per unit costs $8.92 million. And, of course, this is giant news. And it's, if you ask me, Ukraine probably can't last a year. I'm going to call it now. Here's a broad prediction. I don't think Ukraine will make it past 2024. They're losing too much, and the Russians are losing too much. And I'm certainly not going to be one of these Slava Ukraini brainwashed fucking zealots. I'm just not, because when you look at Ukraine, it's had corrupt links with Biden, a prosecutor there with Burisma, and his son Hunter Biden involved with Burisma, and there's other political, economic things that the West wants Ukraine to win so they can profit off it and have just another corrupt nation that they can grift off of. So Ukraine is definitely not too long for this world. I don't think. That's just my opinion. Don't roast me. Speaking of roasting, there's this dude who actually set himself on fire. Here's a picture. So hopefully we don't get, tagged for that. But yeah, and you want to know what this guy set himself on fire for? This United Air Force, or this, Air Force airman set himself on fire. I don't even know this guy's name. And to be frank, I'm going to be really, rude and upfront. Don't really care, because he set himself on fire to protest the Israel-Palestine conflict. Now, see, this is ironic, because there's, Zionists and, not Hasidic, but Talmudic Jews who see Gentiles as subhuman trash, as animals. And on the other side, with the Palestinians, they see non-believers as kafir, as animals. So what this guy has essentially did is set himself on fire for two groups of people that hated him. And he sacrificed his life, sadly, for nothing. You think Israel's going to see this and, you think they're going to stop because one U.S. airman set himself on fire, you think they're going to stop defending themselves? And do you think the Palestinians on the other side, seeing this guy immolate himself, are going to stop like acts of terror? No, it's just naive, stupid bullshit. It was like in the Vietnam War, right? That they even got wrong. So if you remember, during the Vietnam War, there was Buddhist monks setting themselves on fire to protest the war. And this was bullshit. This was media bullshit. See, what the monks were protesting was, at the time, I think President Diem was a Catholic, and there was oppression and persecution of Buddhist monks, and they were setting themselves on fire to protest President Diem, I think. You can correct me on that in the comments if I'm wrong. So they were setting themselves on fire to protest the oppression against Buddhists by essentially a dictator. Which, isn't that interesting? You have Augusto Pinochet, you have all these other dictators around the world that the West has backed, and in Croatia, they backed the Croatians during the fall of Yugoslavia. They were committing war crimes, but they swept that under the rug. So it's just interesting how you have Zelensky, who, again, in my mind, is a dictator because he's suspended elections and he's persecuted Russian Orthodox Christians. And that's another reason why I predict that Ukraine isn't too long for this war, because once you start persecuting Christians of any kind, that's when you receive judgment. And that's, again, just my opinion. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. Of course, there's some memes about this. Kramer, what's going on here? We're protesting. We're trying to free Palestine, Jerry. And yeah, it's just a sordid state of affairs. And in all reality, if you are a Gentile or a Kafir, you probably shouldn't put too much weight into the Israel-Palestine conflict, because you are subhuman trash. You're an animal to be exploited by both sides. Of course, Palestinians claim that there's Palestinian Christians that are being oppressed, and of course, the Israelis say, your Bible says you should support us and you should be a Zionist. So both sides essentially want, Western money, Western blood to aid their cause of conquest and their own gains. Israel doesn't give a shit about Americans. Palestinians really don't give a shit. It's all a political shell game. And of course, with Gaza, they've discovered tons of oil and shale and natural gas. So it's not just, Israel saying to defending themselves. There's this undertone conspiracy theory and fact that they found oil and natural gas. And of course, now Israel must re-seize this land to fight terrorism. It's like what we did in Iraq, right? Oh, he has new weapons of mass destruction. We gotta... It's like the same thing why we have troops stationed in Syria, right? We've let that country be ravaged by civil war and a dictator, but we made damn sure we secured those oil fields in Kurdish-controlled Syria. In fact, I think that's where we have the highest concentration at the moment of just military forces. We gotta protect that freedom, baby, that oil. And of course, we got some clips here. Of course, here's a pretty interesting one from, speaking of Ukraine or Russia. So bear with us as we get our VLC. We drag this shit. Now, of course, this is pure propaganda. This is just, if you see this footage, it's just for shits and giggles. So do we have a display capture? Here we go. So, a Russian Batman. Oh, get out of here, you freaking aliens. Hold up. Just get out of here, bastards. Alright, roll it.
Брюс Уэйн. Но мир помнит меня под другим именем. На мир снова навалилась тьма, и мне пришлось вернуться. Летучая мышь, символ русской военной разведки. Но я в разведывательном батальоне не поэтому. Теперь я воюю на стороне русских, потому что с ними правда. А кто прав, тот и сильнее. Да, я уже не так молод, но я найду в себе силы сражаться.
Zack Snyder, who? This is fucking great.
По первому причине. Хохол, сдавайся.
Харат, слушай, покорен был твоим видео с передовой.
Был день спецназа, уже в костюме. Нет, это была реально работа, то есть,
So this is if Batman
так скажем, позволили
wasn't
себе
an anti-gun pussy
похулиганить.
and happened to be a
День
Russian.
спецназа, поздравляю, ребят.
Как сюда попал?
Акции Дарк из 1
This dude should win the
я
cosplay
ставил на время.
like award of the year. Batman with the PKM. Propaganda or not, that's pretty fucking cool, right? Or maybe that's just me. Of course. So let's see what other clips. So of course this reverts back to the previous one of Nikki Haley, and she's backed by
This soundbite here. First of all, I think she's one of our better.
Gavin Screwsome. So get a load of this shit.
First of all, I think she's one of our better surrogates, so I hope she stays in. Hope she does well tomorrow. I'm enjoying this primary, and I hope it continues. So I wish her luck.
So she's getting the backing of Gavin Newsom, who's turned the once golden state of California into a chartreuse brown. It used to be a decent state, but he's ran it into a homeless, crackhead, communist camp. The entire state's just trash. He turned it all into Venice Beach. Once used to be a glorious state, but it's just ass. Of course, we have this to react to. This is kind of an old hat, but just wait. Hiya. Now you want to see some real fucking cringe, ladies and gentlemen. Get a load of this. Liza,
Hi, Ben!
you got any extra shots?
Sure, Ben.
Sleeves up.
I'm a Pfizer girl in a COVID world. I'm the classic mRNA-tastic.
I've got myocarditis. My heart's gonna explode.
95%, there's no argument. Got no contagion with my vaccination.
Oh, contagion, right? So you can obviously how outdated this fucking shit is and what a load of bullshit is. Of course, I just now realized we're on YouTube, so we have to watch what we say against the big pharma.
Pfizer, let's go party.
With a mask on.
Come on, Pfizer, let's go travel.
Only if essential. Oh, we're having so much fun.
We'll have to do this again for my second shot.
Oh, I love you, Ben.
Yeah. So again, this is YouTube. I can't say too much because last time I dared crack a joke at this fucking shit, they removed an entire stream. So, fuck you, YouTube. Eat my ass. I'm not going to say anything to warrant you removing this entire stream and video. That will be for just video somewhere else. A freer platform like Rumble, Odyssey, or just somewhere else, and we'll do that. But I think that's it for as far as content. We might as well do these guys freaking cats. Alrighty, 1 second. There we go. Alrighty, and that will conclude this podcast. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I got a chuckle out of it. Well, not really considering some of the fucking topics were. Anyways, you get the point. Thanks for listening in. Take it easy. Again, special thank you to our fleet captains and to you for watching this far and listening this far into this podcast. Thanks again. Take it easy. God bless. Stay happy. Stay healthy. And until next time, yeah, I'll see you next time. I never know how to end these. So, later.